This week on Bearcat Update was homecoming here at Northwest. Washburn Ichabods were out to spoil it though, and they came pretty close. Stay tuned for the highlights.
Bearcat soccer team was also in action, looking to get a playoff berth, and the volleyball team had a few home matchups as well.
Bearcat Update starts now. Welcome to Bearcat Update, sponsored by St. Francis Hospital. I'm Matt Tritton.
And I'm Alex Autumn.
The Bearcats football team has been rolling lately. They haven't truly seen a close game since week 1 at Abilene Christian. That would all change though this week for homecoming as the Washburn Ichabods came to town. Let's take you to the highlights.
It was homecoming at Northwest as the number 4 ranked Northwest Bearcats took on the number 19 ranked Washburn Ichabods. The game got off to a good start as Seminoe was sacked by Northwest on the first play of the game. They would march down the field on their next drive though with this great pass by Seminoe to set up for a field goal, which would be the first of 4 in the game. Later in the game we see Seminoe pass here, and it's up and broken up right at the end zone, which would set up for another Washburn field goal. This will put the Ichabods up 6-0 early in the game. Bills drops back here and answers with a great pass to Tyler Shaw in the end zone for a Bearcat touchdown, making the score 7-6. Here we see Blake roll out, and he puts up the pass, but it's intercepted by the Ichabods. Washburn with the ball back now, and Seminoe drops back. Ball's in the air, and a sliding catch by Washburn sets him up on the 3-yard line. Next play of the game, Washburn tries to run up the middle, rolls off the tacklers, and he's in for the touchdown, putting him up 13-7. Bowles drops back here, finds Jake Sawyer on the sideline, putting Northwest in good field position. Northwest gives the ball to Laron Council here, and what will be the first of 3 runs as he tries to put it in the end zone. But the Washburn Ichabods goal line defense was just too much for the Bearcats. They hold him here on 4th down, turning the ball over on the 1-yard line. But with about a minute left in the 4th quarter, Blake Bowles drops back, play action, loses even the cameraman, runs it outside, puts it in for the Bearcat touchdown. This would bring the score to 16-13 for the Bearcats with just under a minute to play. Washburn would march down the field with this last 47 seconds and put the ball through the goalpost for their last field goal of regulation, taking the game into a 16-16 tie and overtime at Bearcat Stadium. Washburn would get the ball first in overtime, and they would be stopped by the Bearcats and would have to settle for a field goal, sending Northwest up here with Laron Council diving into the end zone, giving Northwest the victory 22-19. Washburn stands stunned on the field, and Northwest team rushes the field in celebration of a close homecoming victory yet again against Washburn. As the celebration continues, they do the traditional Don Black Award, and it goes to Blake Bowles this year, who is 37 of 50 for 367 yards on the day, including the Bearcat touchdown that would eventually lead to the overtime game.
I think that, there's so many great plays, and they made some great plays, man. They stopped us down there in the 3rd quarter when we should have scored, and great goal line stand, and then, the punt that we had down on 1 and get a safety out of that, and that ends up saving our bacon, so to speak, because it allowed us to at least be into overtime.
It was a little nerve-wracking to start off. The receivers in the backs and the O-line, we all just knew that somebody had to make a play, and we had faith in everyone. Everyone was in the huddle, and we kind of calmed down when we got into overtime. And guys were just making plays. Blake made a huge play on a 2nd down run, I think, and once we got down there, we knew that we were going to get in the end zone, whoever it was. And once they called my name, I didn't want to be the guy that let anybody down. So
We were decimated in the secondary. I've never seen it. I mean, we had guys, Clark Snodgrass was playing. Clark doesn't even travel, and he was out there playing. And
Well, it's just a great challenge for our team. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the season and close to the playoffs, and it's gut check time. And this was a playoff game. Washburn. That's the thing we instilled in our heads all week, was that this was a playoff game because they were playing for a playoff spot, and we knew that they were going to battle till the end, and that they had a great defense coming into it, and we just tried to go out there and just have a good game plan, which I thought we did, and we executed a lot better in the second half.
You decided to punt. I don't remember how much time was left. Right before the safety. You guys may not have gotten the ball back.
well,
You look like a smart man.
I had to turn my volume down because I told our offensive coordinator that we had 2 downs to get it, and then we ended up in a situation where we only got about 2 yards on 3rd down, and so it was 4th and 6 or 7. And I just felt, as good as our defense was playing, I felt like we had to take one more shot, and so I just made the decision to punt. And he was screaming at me the whole time until we downed it on the 1, and then he said, "Good call," and we got the safety. It was really good. So some of those things happen. That's just a gut feeling that you have to do. Those are tough decisions, and I felt bad because I hung him out to dry, so to speak, on 3rd down, because he knew he had 2 downs to get it, and then I changed on him, but it worked out.
Why were you running the Wildcat?
Well, my ankle's been a little, I sprained it in that Missouri Southern game, so it's been a little tender the last couple of games, and it's just a good way to get the best running back in Division II, the football a little bit more, and get that young guy in there, Jordan Simmons, who's been doing a great job all year, and it was just something new that we tried out this week to try and maybe trick their defense a little bit. I think it opened up the passing game a little bit more.
Well, Bearcats will be traveling to Fort Hays next week. That game is on Halloween. It'll be a tough game because you're traveling 6 hours away. That means they made a living in 2005 going on the road, making things happen. They're known as the Road Dogs. They made it back to that national championship game. But, again, you're still traveling 6 hours. MIAA conference game. Fort Hays has looked better this year than in the past. So I don't think it's not going to be too easy.
Yeah, Northwest is definitely going to have to be ready to play when they get off the bus, and they can't play bad like they did last week at Emporia State, and they really didn't have that great of a game against Washburn this week, so they're going to have to be ready to go.
And this Northwest win at homecoming, coupled with a Missouri Western loss to Missouri Southern, the Griffins blew that one. They had a 20-point lead going into the 4th quarter, gave up 21 unanswered points. The Lions came out with the win, and that makes the Bearcats at least have a share of the MIAA crown. We'll have to see. Stay tuned to Bearcat Update. Next couple weeks, we will let you know whenever they do take that crown for sure, and it's all theirs. But it is time. We're going to go ahead and take our first break. But when we come back, we will have This Week